everyone, on your screen is Lucky Villasante Tonido of BSED English 2B, and I'm going to tackle the Module 23, which is about the socio-emotional development of intermediate schoolers. Let us start this lesson with a quotation from an anonymous that says, "It is difficult to make children miserable when they feel worthy themselves." In simple thoughts, we could not make a child feel unworthy if they know their worth. Just like us, nobody could make us feel down when we know we're not what they say. We won't be considering negative talks from others about us if we know and trust ourselves. And as a fellow student, I wish us all to have a mindset like this with limits. At the end of this lesson, we are expected to be able to identify the socio-emotional characteristics of children in their late childhood stage, determine the qualities of family life that affects older children's development, including changes in family interactions, and interview a parent regarding their child's socio-emotional development. At this period of socio-emotional development, children are spending less time in the home. The bulk of their time is spent outside the home, either alone or with other children rather than with adults. Older children have already familiarized themselves with other children. They are already used to interacting with different ages and gender. For many of them, these social networks are not only sources of social support but also different forms of learning. Before we start with our main content, let us have first an activity. For this activity, please paste a picture of you when you were in grade 4, 5, or 6. Recall a significant event that happened to you. Write a very brief story of what happened. Done with the activity? If yes, kindly share your story with a classmate. And as you share your story with a classmate, answer the questions on the screen. 1. Why was this event so significant? What do you think were the factors that made you react or feel that way? How do you think this event has affected you socially and emotionally? And thinking about it, do you think you could have acted or felt differently?
Understanding self-competence, self-identity, and self-concept. One of the most widely recognized characteristics of this period of development is the acquisition of feelings of self-competence. This is what Erik Erikson referred to when he described the developmental task of middle childhood, which is the social crisis industry versus inferiority. Industry refers to the drive to acquire new skills and do meaningful work. During late childhood, children can now describe themselves with internal and psychological characteristics and traits. They most likely employ more social comparison, distinguishing themselves from others. In dealing with other children, they show increase in perspective taking. The ability increases with age. Perspective taking enables the child to judge others' intentions, purposes, and actions, give importance to social attitudes and behaviors, and to increase skepticism of others' claims. Emotional development. Similar to the other areas of development, children in this stage show improved emotional understanding, increased understanding that more than one emotion can be experienced in a single experience. They may also show greater ability to show or conceal emotions, utilize ways to redirect feelings, and a capacity for genuine empathy.
This means that the child develops his emotions into something more contextual and into more complex one, where other aspects of the emotions are being practiced and validated subconsciously. Another milestone in this stage is the development of the children's emotional intelligence or EQ, which involves the ability to monitor feelings of oneself and others and use this to guide and motivate behavior. Emotional intelligence has four main areas, namely developing emotional self-awareness, managing emotions or self-control, reading emotions or perspective taking, and handling emotions or resolve problems. Building friendships. As children go through the late childhood, the time they spend in peer interaction increases. For them, good peer relationships are very important. The approval and belongingness they receive contribute to the stability and security of their emotional development. Peer size also increases and less supervision by adults is required. At this stage, children prefer to belong to same-sex peer groups. All of us had this experience where we want to be with our peers and felt like we belonged to a group of friends. This is normal, and this may have helped us develop into how we act today and what we are today. There are 5 types of peer status. First is the popular. They are frequently nominated as best friend and one who is rarely disliked by peers. Second is the average. They receive an average number of positive and negative nominations from peers. Third is neglected. Very seldom nominated as best friend but is not really disliked. Fourth is rejected. They are infrequently nominated as best friend but one who is also disliked by peers. And lastly, the controversial. They are frequently nominated as best friends but at the same time is disliked by peers. Popular children, which peers find very positive, have the following skills and as a result, they become the most favored in the group. First, they give out reinforcement. It's like when he knows that his friend is in trouble, he is there ready to help him. And second, they act naturally. And third, they listen carefully and keep open communication. On the other hand, here are the characteristics of why the group or majority of the peers develop negative feelings towards rejected children. First, they participate less in the classroom. Second, they have negative attitudes on school tardiness and attendance. Third, they are more often reported as being lonely. And fourth, aggressive. In boys, they become impulsive, have problems in being attentive and disruptive. And they are also emotionally reactive and slow to calm down. Also, they have fewer social skills to make and maintain friends. Now let us have the family. Family support is crucial at this stage, which characterized by success and failure. If children do not find a supportive family when they find their interest, examples in hobbies like riding a bike or playing a musical instrument, they can easily get frustrated. But if families are seen as primary support systems, failures and setbacks become temporary and surmountable rather than something that is attributed to the personal flaws or deficits. This time is a critical time for children to develop a sense of competence. A high-quality adult relationship, specifically family relationship, enables them to successfully go through this stage of development. During late childhood, a wide variety of biological, psychological, and social changes took place across the developmental domains. As children progress through late childhood, the family environment remains extremely important, while the community environment, including the school, also becomes a significant factor in shaping the child's development. During late childhood, peers have an increasingly strong impact on development, where peer acceptance becomes very important to well-being. Now let us try this. Based on the readings and researches that you have, what are the factors which greatly affect the socio-emotional development of children in their late childhood stage? Fill this diagram with your answers. Number 2. Interview a parent or a teacher of an intermediate schooler. Use the questions below as your guide. Write your conclusions and insights. Here are the guide questions. What were some marked changes in your child as he or she reached the intermediate level or the grades 4 to 6? B. How can you describe his or her interactions with parents or siblings, if any, teachers and peers? C. What can you say about your child's self-confidence and self-esteem? And D. What activities in the home do you do to help your child interact with people around him or her? Write your insights. That is all for Module 23. Thank you for watching and I hope that you have learned something. Good day and God bless.